All right, so my name is Sade Mori. I'm 30 years old. Just turned 30 years old on December the 5th. Um, I've been through a lot in my life. Like, seriously, a lot of it's like I kind of feel like an orphan. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know who these people is in your life, but you just see them every now and then. So from my understanding, like I grew up in the Atlanta area. Like when you go to like Adamsville and things of that nature, you can see a lot of apartments on one street. And I'm basically born into you know under. I'm gonna say under because I definitely developed natural inferiority complexes based off the fate of where I was born. Like understanding that when you're born, as you get older, you'll realize that you'll start learning things, right? You see planes flying in the air, people, start to form opinions about you. You learn fact and opinion probably in about third grade and things like that. And either everything can go right or it can go left, right? It's like blood game or crip game, but that's not what it's about. It's not about game banging, but that's also a construct that you may or may not have to conform to. So, the men are put on a pedestal. I'm born at some hospital South Atlanta, Southwest Atlanta. I don't even think it's there anymore. Who knows? What companies, businesses, and whatnot. They always link up and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think I was born on Fairburn Road. Yeah, my birth certificate actually is in my drawer. But yeah, I was born at a hospital that isn't there anymore. And when you go over there, you can tell that that will be viewed as a place of the ghetto. Then we moved, when you go up MLK and you keep straight up and cross over Fulton Industrial, you'll go into the Cobb County area and it still seems a bit ghetto, right? It just, people migrate, people get money. When I discovered Powder Springs, I'm like, this is a nice neighborhood. I'm thinking everything's cool. I was in the landings, but there was, there was tension between me and other kids growing up. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, a lot of people need upliftment, and I'm not one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman. That was my downfall with everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on a serious note, when I realized that, like I said, I'm gonna be random with the things that I've seen in my life, so people could kind of understand who I am. Um, okay, basically labeled an inbred. I remember, forcibly, you know, somebody making my cousin have sex with me. Somebody made me an inbred because in actuality, when you're born, and I was living with my mom, we used to be back and forth. She had to get on her feet, two brothers, and one of her brothers was in the military, so they was probably meeting people from all over the place. And I'm pretty sure my mom worked at one price open clothes store, and in retail, and basically, usually the businesses that you work for, you know it's about the muscle out here. A lot of these people open stores because they hit licks or whatever the case is. However they do, there are buildings here, and either you can make money off of them or not. So people are robbers, stealers, killers. There's criminality out here. It's cute boys, cute bitches, and you just see all kind of gangs and shit being formed. It just all happened naturally, right? So my mom got into retail. I was going to school. I grew up. Some boy had sex with me across the street from my well, not across the well, yeah, across the street from my apartment. I lived in the West End area, by the mall, in a little small neighborhood called Howell Place Apartments. I went over there, trying to create a social life for myself, and all I've seen was the whole Freaknik era. you know I'm a little baby, go outside, some man telling some girl to lift her leg up. Perhaps they were, NY and KP. I don't know how you pronounce it, but those people, the Shot to Swing My Way songs, a lot of those people were very popular themed, you know, Pope Pimp and all that shit. That's how we did in the neighborhood. Was listening to music all day. Mom, dad studied, and for some reason, I grew up and I realized that my dad was actually, you know, some type of typical D-boy nigga from the ghetto, right? Or whatever the case is. I don't know who he was, but I definitely had a lot of opposition in my life, and I blame my womanhood. When I realized I was an inbred, like my dad is actually, on their side, they look, like I said, I think they're white people in our family, and basically that concept, we started viewing each other as retarded. When you're born, you don't know anything. You just internalize the things. So, like, anybody could have just promoted the idea that I was a retard. I couldn't enunciate my words right. It just depends. For some reason, there were people that spoke with a pig land tongue and, a Creole tongue or whatever, and had a different dialect than me. For some reason, I'm just internalizing shit. That's why it's hard for me to get mental focus. You can tell that somebody is stressed when they have things and people that they think about, and that's pretty much, you have to figure out which one of these people that you that's detoxing energy for you to sound at peace with yourself. Not a lot of them. So growing up, my cousin, they kept me natural, right? I wasn't learning too much for perhaps, but actually, from my understanding, what I remember when I was a kid, my cousin had sex with me and said he was going to make me an inbred because people was rejecting us for that fact. And he, basically, I was a kid. I got violated, you know what I'm saying? And in reality, he was teaching me that it was normal, which is, from an intellectual perspective, that is okay, because in at any rate, when you have things that happen to you that have a negative connotation on it, that's the beautiful thing about knowledge, intellectualism. You can actually justify it with intellectualism. You can pull stress off your brain by just knowing things, right? A lot of people are out here going through things. I ain't the worst case scenario. Sexual abuse is my little, whatever, full crap story, because that's what it is. It's just like typical. So I'm growing up. Atlanta is a ghetto to me. It's a lot of project housing, a lot of people living on Section 8. And the rich will be rich and the poor will be poor. Right? There are men out there talking about expressing, and I was learning about pimp culture and stuff like that. And I was basically getting taught that it was natural and normal to be with a male. And I really regret that, because at the end of the day, it happened naturally. You know what I'm saying? There were men, that were saying that there needed to be submissive women and stuff like that. And what happened was, I pretty much couldn't create a social life for myself because of that, and because of people really, not giving a damn. That's what tough love is. You had to deal with tough love and shit. You're a kid and you already wanting to write movies and shit. You already know you going through some shit. So I'm growing up and I'm dealing with people telling me I'm getting bullied and all this bullshit. And I'm like, man, I am black. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you mean to tell me I'm going through all this shit? It's all my life predictable. Like, even the men in my life, I'm like, y'all predictable. The way y'all act and everything. Everybody got swag and shit, and the bitch just love you for. I'm like, if I was a man, I just would have been a submissive man. So I'm basically becoming all these niggas on a mental level because they are happy. I'm getting viewed as a scorned woman and all this old bullshit because of the stigma of the way I look, right? So, anybody could get paperwork, you know what I'm saying? In real ghettos, niggas, shit really goes down. Motherfuckers don't got no rent office. Like, they take a lot of balls to be like this. So I think my mom's submission to men and the fact that she had me actually, is the reason why she's not that worse off. So when I was a kid, people would judge you. People would be like, well, she's black, she looks dirty, she got a roach in her house. I found, by chance, perhaps she's a crackhead or something. Motherfuckers will ruin your reputation. I cannot blame them, because from an intellectual perspective, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? If you muscle, you muscle. All the cute motherfucking niggas got all the hoes, and all the goddamn ones that was called ugly got put to the back burner. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? Most women are developing a masculine mentality. You know what I'm saying? I regret my contribution to manhood anyway, because I'm like, it happened naturally. The objectification of mindset, niggas rapping about how they want some pussy and how they want to stick their dick in, man. I feel the same way they do about pussy in this motherfucker. Like, on some real shit, like, damn. Now, instead of me being able to be the nigga that I could have been, I just gotta be some girl that got put to the back burner that everybody really, you know what I'm saying? But everybody eating. I don't give a fuck how y'all nigga look at that shit. That shit happen naturally. You know what I'm saying? When motherfuckers just want to live. I think these niggas really take me, man. Look at me. Enjoy your male life. Cause that shit happen for you naturally. That's exactly what them niggas was doing. When I look at all these rappers I contributed to, putting their lyricism, analyzing their personalities, I'm like, man, this shit really real. Like, niggas really finna go around and knock niggas off a rank and try to keep a higher status, you know what I'm saying, in society. Just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, God could have just made me and my little sisters men. Cause that's what we gotta view ourselves in reverse psychology, in reverse psychology. But no, we just had to be some bitches. Cause that's what the fuck we being viewed as. See, look at my arm. Somebody came in my apartment. I'm living in some Spartanburg. I'm trying to move from Atlanta 2, 3, 4 hours away and get away from the bullshit. And I'm like, girl, come in my goddamn house in my apartment and stick a needle in my arm on some shit. I'm like, man, I'm growing up with dysfunction. Pretty much, from a general sense, all the men in my life are rapist minded. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I was calling people telling them, like, listen, I don't know what your educational value is, but, if you can't come down here and help me out, I ain't trying to submit to no man. I'm being viewed as a scorned woman, and all these men pretty much are sadistically sick men, sadistically sick, perhaps chauvinistic, perhaps, you know what I'm saying, dangerous, threatening, really want to be this whole macho man, protect myself, selfish centered, and all that shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma, it's about a fight. You know what I'm saying? Niggas grow up in the hood, and my grandma was a property manager, so that means that she got down, whether she did the job from her heart or not, she did that shit. Cause that's how shit be happening. Like, niggas live in the hood, motherfucker hit a lick, anything. Yeah, your grandma, you gotta submit to somebody. Grandma telling nigga, hey, follow behind me. You gotta socialize. If they ever leave here before we do, I don't know what we gonna do. And excuse me for stuttering a little bit, but that's what that's what schizophrenia is. A cognitive overload is. I am not receptive of men, so some of these niggas that I stepped all in my face and shit. That's why I said these women that speak Geechee. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I was a man, I'd be in love with all these bitches, but I'm not a man. I told them, like, the way that niggas, I done heard Big Meat Son analyze manhood and shit. I'm like, the way that these bitches come off, I'm like, they really could pull that shit off if they was traveling overseas or something. Like, if they want male privilege. Niggas going around manipulative, telling people they shifted my paradigm. They taught me everything I know. Now, it was people who were sitting there teaching me things, but at the end of the day, y'all know what y'all did. Some of y'all had a superiority over me and my family because y'all had access to guns and y'all were just trying to be safe and protect yourself. So now what they want, that's the fucked up part about it, because motherfuckers that's like police officers now, that's what police officers, the executive, what is it, the judicial, the executive, and legislative, the executive branch, these motherfucking cops are basically making money out of narcissistic people. It ain't even about that, cause I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you were a kid and you growing up, I'm like, man, if I was a boy, I'd be so comfortable with life. I'm like, some of these niggas pulling people that's supposed to be correctional officers, perhaps they not correctional officers. You just never know. And that's how the fucked up the system is. That's how fucked up growing up in Atlanta is. Growing up in the ghetto is. You really gotta find reverse psychological detoxes. I'm in Spartanburg and I'm like, this shit is a reverse psychological detox. I'm like, it is fucked up that we really got rapist minded niggas out here. My little sister smoking weed because her daddy was sitting there smoking weed for his dead mom and shit. I'm like, you ain't gotta do all that shit. And that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, it's easy for me to say that shit, but at the end of the day, man, things work out. I guess a man like that, he's supposed to. It really hurt him, and you know what I'm saying. My mom ever leave me is really gonna hurt me. So only thing I'm rejecting, like I said, just being an intellect. I am rejecting the fact that all this heterosexuality that I'm being oppressed by. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of shit because of naturalism, and I'm like, these bitches really just being strong. I'm like, they look happy though. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you is getting taught is what you been taught. I was, it just the truth. The truth of the matter is the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? It is motherfuckers that's up in higher class, and they ain't. I go to work every day thinking like, shit, I can sit here and do push-ups all day. But like I'm saying, when it comes to like the people that I think about all the people that's been in my life are pretty much a paradigm. Like I'm trying to think about the right person. It's only one person that really, women are definitely a detox for me. I don't feel safe around men. So, they already goddamn taken, and they already goddamn done had babies and shit. We some strong creatures. That's how they want to look at it. You know, you form a heterosexual identity. If a boy rape you, your first time experiencing sex as a kid, and you have an orgasm, they want me to view myself as having a heterosexual identity. That ain't even the case though. And like the way that this shit was supposed to go down was I was supposed to have a boyfriend, and I was supposed to be a stereotype. Like I regret the whole experience. I'm like, nigga, you ain't even the worst case scenario. What about the fact that I'm an inbred and all these other niggas is sticking their dick in me? I wasn't even no hoe, and he even know that. I'm like, nigga, you weren't even my boyfriend. So I mean, if you have to promote that idea to, if you feel sorry for me to help me to be protected out here in these streets, that's cool. But if not, shit, it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool to hang around somebody. All men are rapists minded to me, and it's not a scorned feeling. It's more like common sense. People really, you know, was sitting there telling me this, that, and the third. I'm like, it all happened naturally. I didn't know who my mama was. I remember living in Mechanicsville, Georgia. My mom probably begging for jobs and things of that nature. It had to show tough love, and I remember cops being outside, and my mama, they stripping them, searching them, and stuff like that. So people are maybe perhaps just randomly that's knowledgeable about things. It could have been white racism, anything. I don't know. I don't quite remember too much when I was young, but I know that they were adults and they were trying to get their lives together, and people really were sitting there. Like I'm saying, you see people like Magazo just growing up in a ghetto neighborhood, and then somebody took my mom under their wing and allowed her to get into property management, and I'm very proud of her because when we moved to the landings, everything was cool. But like I said, with this lifestyle, it's still a lot of evil people out here. The rapper Gunplay, he used to live in the landings out there with Tony Braxton. A lot of celebrities you see floating around the town and shit like that. My mom ended up having a baby for, you know, by we were being viewed as inbreds. I've got a lot of people that speak pig Latin ringing in my head. Some people are more negative than others. Like I said, Jamaican people and stuff, the way that they speak and shit, everybody runs things differently. You are not a scorned woman. If somebody teaching you that, like I got a boy that really was sitting there teaching me that I was scorned, and I really got off on it as a man, that I was forming superiority over you. And then the fucked up part about it is I don't like the fact that I feel inferior to a man because I'm not a man, and it really is toxic for me. Motherfuckers is using my womanhood against me. I'm simply trying to live my life. It's a competition out here. There's a lot of buildings out here. You can either leave a legacy or not. You know what I'm saying? I have never built a building in my life. So that's where when men are being encouraged to be more masculine, a lot of these men are out here fighting for their, success as men too. I cannot sit here and get mad at them. I'm a woman. I was taught to wear closed-toe shoes. They were teaching me to wear heels. It happened naturally. And I'm pretty sure I am a reverse psychological detox from my mom, but I did not have kids and I don't want them. And I feel sorry for her because at the end of the day, there are people that are somewhat seemingly controlling her and telling her, no, give your daughter tough love. There's a white lady who used to be my probation officer, or who is a probation officer that works in Marietta Square, and I'm actually thinking about that lady right now. That's who I sound like right now. I'm an empath. I pick up on the energy of others. I mean, I too am a sensitive person, but these people really, people, you can't help what the fate of life is. Some people are being put on a pedestal and some are not. I didn't expect a random guy, Brent Mapp, to die. That was his name. I don't know. Shout out to T. I'm sorry about your baby daddy dying. I didn't expect that either. As a girl growing up being viewed as an inbred, I didn't expect for all these, beautiful men that are getting attention from women to die. I didn't expect that. So, you know, like I said, my identity as a whole is toxic for me. I'm really a target because of being a black woman. People see me and they just see a black woman, and it just toxic because a lot of niggas is using that shit to that, man. Like, I know if a nigga ever stuck his dick in me when he go back and forth with a woman, I know for a fact nigga be trying to run game with me. Like, yeah, shit, I fucked up first when I was a kid. I do my thing. I mean, but it's I'm gonna have to charge that to the game. Like, I know that shit come with the territory of being a man. Like, nigga, keep my name out your mouth. Don't use me. Don't use me to run game on bitches. Keep my name out your mouth. So, you know what I'm saying? All y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter. If you understand the concept of being an inbred, it don't matter if I'm your cousin or not. If you can't get love from a woman, you know what I'm saying? Don't be out here taking pussy neither. Cause that's what y'all niggas out here doing. And I love all my young ladies to death because that's what I did. I used to Google numbers and call people and tell them, listen, I'm pretty much stuck in a situation. There are random people that are sitting here, documenting things about me and they're forming superiority over me, seemingly. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really a fucked up situation. I'm like, life is really simple. I go to work every day. I'm at McDonald's and I'm like, that's really what it is. Like, niggas really form paradigms. I'm like, if I was a man, I would not even be stressed out right now. Love my mama to death. Being a female is nothing special to my ass. So now I've got to worry about, I don't know what kind of documentation they got on me. They could say I'm a retard, I don't know shit, I don't know how to spell, all kind of shit. At this point, everybody just is looking retarded to me. I'm rejecting people's facial presences, personalities, things of that nature. I think, I'll get more submission if I become a vegan, but I'm like, these niggas is too big out here for me to sit here and stop eating, so that ain't gonna happen. But I think, I can attract a certain amount of love if I do stop eating meat. But I can easily just get in shape. But I say it's a stigma that come with, having a certain presence. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, when you go to fast food restaurants, they be like, ooh, this, that, and the third and shit. Like, and it is what it is. I've got a cousin ringing in my head, and she spoke Geechee for some odd reason. She used to be like, that's why I be goddamn, about having an intellectual identity is hard when you have so much ringing in your head. My cousin, I'm like sitting in the room right now with her, like him, with her, with whoever. You know what I'm saying? These random people, when you're inbred, you don't know who is who. But my cousin facial presence is ringing in my head, him or her. And, they used to just sit there and tell me, like, people are viewing me as a retard, and that's actually what they look like. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to genetics, I'm like, the more you read, the less you'll be receptive of a lot of things and a lot of people. I come to find, just analyzing myself, that people that speak with a pigland dialect tend to enunciate their words right. People that speak French, but like I said, it's a detox for my brain because, to some degree, I mean, mostly women, It's a detox for my brain because it's different. You know, a lot of people think about Cheryl. All of us, you know what I'm saying? All y'all personalities have rubbed off on me and is toxic for me, you know? I really am rejected with people's personalities. I really do feel, you know, people's presences. I really am rejecting womanhood for the essence of a man. And I'm really thinking about other women's personalities and be like, what? Most people in my life are negative as hell. That's what be ring like negativity really rings in my head. People calling people ugly and shit like that. I'm like, I wish I couldn't think about that, but it's natural. I'm like, these men really want to prove and show that they're really running things. I'm like, if I would have been a man, I would not be going through half the shit I would be going through. I'd be on a boat fucking some Jamaican bitch or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, being a female don't mean shit to me. Now I just gotta be like, man, all these women that grew up, we all supposed to be butch like, right? I mean, look at all these people. It really like the population out. I don't know what the population out here in Somerville is, but all these women are having kids and shit. And I'm like, everybody just looking fucking retarded to me. Even me, I'm like, damn, am I a retard? I've been sitting here, I done wrote about 100 words and its definitions, and I'm just going to keep reading them over and over again until application. You know how it is. Apply that shit to your head. That's all studying is. I'm so disappointed in myself for not getting a high school diploma, but that's just how intellects think. I've had real things going on in my life. I got real people in my life that I really think too hard about shit. Like the way in which I speak, the way in which I come off. I'm like, I really feel like something is wrong with me because there are people that have been exposed to a better quality of life. I'm like, I really had one guy in my life really sit there and turn the whole world on me, all because of being a man. And I'm like, man, y'all gotta sympathize with me. I'm just like you. I'm a woman just like you. You don't want to sympathize with me because of the identity of heterosexuality. So now y'all turn on me because y'all think y'all better than me. Y'all think y'all cooler than me. Y'all think y'all smarter than me. So now I'm becoming all y'all little boyfriends' personalities, all because I'm becoming a pessimist because of intellectualism. It just makes no sense. I really be having to tell people, don't, a lot of shit ring in my head, like living in Southwest Atlanta, it's a lady that walk up and down the street who go like this. Once a woman has sex with a man, it is hard for you to have mental focus. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop thinking about people that speak pig land. You know what I'm saying? Because of just in a general sense. And I'm like, I done uplifted these people to or whatever. They really have an identity to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the term diva. It's a lot of shit that I wouldn't know. Swag and all that shit. I didn't even know what none of that shit was until a Creole person said it. A Geechee person said it. Like swag. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm not no damn diva. I'm just Sade. The country bumpkin butch, I guess. I ain't no threat to society. Don't get that shit twisted. My womanhood is very toxic for me. I'm gonna grow me some locks. I mean, I got product that I'm putting in my head, but it takes a minute. You know what I'm saying? With this natural hair, you gotta kind of leave it alone, let the shit just sprout out. So I mean, I want to get to a point where it's a little mini afro right now. So when it start growing, I got a couple of little locks forming by themselves. I really wanted to just sprout out, and then eventually I'm gonna get somebody special to do them for me. I really don't want nobody doing for me. I really just want to do them myself. But it would be nice if, you know, the flow of my hair attract somebody to doing right. But like I said, it's a lot of learning I gotta do. I got closed-minded, you know, racism, things of that nature. I don't want anybody just in my hair. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm growing up and I'm seeing all these bitches showing love to these niggas, and I'm like, all I had to do was be a man. And I don't understand their mentality neither. That's why I said some of these niggas, I'm like, damn, you really is a man and you ain't really second guessing yourself, even though y'all sharing hoes. That really is a mentality. I don't analyze this. I know I don't Two Chains got songs I done wrote for all these niggas. It ain't no argument about the shit. So I have to vent to myself. You know what I'm saying? I put all that shit together. Love back. You know what I'm saying? Listen to niggas' natural response to the women. Like I had one nigga snap on me. I never gave a fuck about that shit. Cause I'm like, you just a boy. I know your behavior is predictable. So I'm like, niggas just running game like, yeah, shit, Shawty think she all that and all that. I know you just being a man. Like, I understand that I'm a woman, but I'm like, you gotta feel me, though. You ain't no raw-ass nigga like that. You just a boy. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm mad. Like, I shouldn't be comparing myself to these niggas, but, you know, who am I to judge? It's a real, if I was a man, I would be the truth. I know that shit from the bottom of my goddamn soul. I know that shit from the bottom of my soul. That's the only reason why I'm mad. Because I'm like, the energy of, you know what I'm saying, that I'm attracted in my life is people really was on live and shit saying she's a goddamn narcissist. I'm like, nigga, really? I'm like, I can't even be mad at this nigga. I love that nigga with all my heart and soul. But if push come to shove, I would knock that nigga off. Not from a scornful woman point of view, but if I was in a man body, it would be a fight and it'll be over with. Just based off respect. I'm not mocking these niggas for no reason. Manhood is a concept to me. This is a natural identity to the actual male men in my random men in my life. This ain't no goddamn concept for them. They just get up and they walk and they mean. They males. To me, they're a concept. They're predictable. To me, I was born a woman. I don't know who had them these bitches was. All I know was people were sitting there doing all this extra shit. And I'm sitting here analyzing. I'm sitting here looking at Miss Pepper's son. Talking about he got wrote a song. He actually did record a song. It's called Mental Healing. Big Boogie Black or some shit. I'm like, I get what the fuck y'all nigga trying to say, but y'all still ain't nobody special. Cause I'm like, if I was a nigga, I'd just be somebody baby daddy. I really did grow up in dysfunction. I really got niggas out here finessing, making money, got niggas like going around like, shit, I'm a man. I'm gonna make everybody view you as my junkie and shit. I'm like, you mean to tell me that you viewing me in this aspect all because you see a woman body when you look at me? I'm out there, it's a group called Them Franchise Boys. I get raped by a parlay from Them Franchise Boys. I'm gonna charge that to the game. Cause I'm like, this is really a mentality out here. I am really a female and these niggas really going around poking their dicks out, just swagged up and sticking their dicks in bitches. And I'm really becoming these niggas because they happy with their life. They naturally like that. That's what I was trying to teach my little sisters. That they weren't going to be a threat to manhood. I don't know who their daddy was, but he's some man that said that his mom died and said basically, my dad is supposed to be some random guy that my mama fucked. And they was probably young at the time. And it was random people thinking they was big time drug dealers and saying like, my little sister daddy who in there now was saying he used to come to our defense. My daddy used to pull his dick out or something. I don't know if they was in a relationship or not. I don't never know my mom to be in a relationship, but I'm pretty sure the shit happened like she got kicked out the house and as she got older, she had to fend for herself. My grandma was married to some dude named Richard, and they all sat around and smoked cigarettes all day. They probably weren't rich or poor. I would never know. But these Creole folk from Mississippi, it's a lot of money flowing in their city too, because it's what that shit called? Casino. That's how simple my life is. I don't be going to Beau Rivages and shit all the time because I wasn't born around that shit. I'm from Georgia. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, where people speak country English. I'm sitting here having to worried about going to jobs, learning how to articulate. My identity as a woman is the reason why I'm even being rejected. Like, when I leave this earth, I am nobody special. These rappers still ain't nobody special. But they're going to get promoted because they need love. That's what they want. That's what them folks was trying to tell me. Since you ain't gonna be with no man, we gonna fuck with you on an emotional level because that's my MO. That's my motive, right? That's what bitches want to do. I know who my detox is. I just seen it the other day. It's just natural. I'm becoming all these niggas because at the end of the day, they got submitted to and they got baby mamas and children and shit. I'm not a part of their paradigm. I just go to work every day. Somebody send me a job. I'm surviving crime. I thought I would have a heart attack because of the crime rate, but I ain't. You know, a lot of people say, well, you should have did that. I can't judge none of y'all for the boy that y'all fucking and shit, but y'all ain't got control over those men either. That's what they were saying as far as this concept of submission, the concept of, having sex with a man and afterwards you need to figure out if you're going to be with him or not. I'm like, the men seem to be more hypersensitive than me. I could never appreciate a hypersensitive man because if you're not being a submissive and I'm taking offense to you, why the fuck does it matter? It comes with the identity of being a woman. I don't like arguing with men. I don't think this shit is normal. Not out of submission, but just period. That's why I'm like, niggas just be living their life having a good time. But nigga be like, I really cared about you. I stuck my dick in you. I don't give a fuck if you care about me or not. I'm on some real dyke shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You even know that my life would have been better if I was a boy. You know what I'm saying? Being a woman ain't did shit for me. I get tired of being a woman. Like, it's just every month, every 28 days, you got your period. I pop a grill in my mouth. I still ain't have the man I need to be. I'm just a bitch that look like she got swag. You know what I'm saying? These Geechee bitches, I'm sitting here mirror gazing out these hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some real shit. I'm mirror gazing out these bitches. Fuck these bitches. Like Young Dro said, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Motherfucker, like, you need to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? I think what people mean by that is they want to see you have focus. Focus. Take your mind off the bullshit. That's what I've been doing. Defining words all day. But yeah, that's pretty much been my life. I grew up in the household. There was a guy I used to call him Mr. Skin. I just seen him out there in Mississippi. His whole grill knocked out. All these little young boys who got kids and shit now. They going around knocking the whole heads out and showing their little manhood. I'm like, they say they broke my pride. He ain't broke my pride. He just pretty much just agitated the hell out my ass. I gave myself, that's the best I could do is give myself a imaginary manhood and watch people step all over that shit. That what men doing. All these males in my life, they like, shit, I would never take you seriously because I'm a man, baby. I got hoes, I got bitches that want my dick. Not this one. Child, they don't give a damn about your ass. Long as you let me hit. That Uncle Elroy shit. But for real though, on some real shit, life is short. Enjoy that shit. Some of y'all got better lives than others. You know, a lot of these women giving out love to multiple men. I'm like, y'all strong. Y'all some real ass bitches. And it's just so fucked up because, like I said, I'm a country bumpkin, and these goddamn Geechee bitches, I told them, I said, I don't look at you no different than a man, and I'm like, they be acting so goddamn. I'm like, if I was a man, I know you wouldn't even treat me the same way, but in reality, a lot of people is intellects. When they start showing me their intellectual identity, I'm just like, I don't even give a fuck no. Like, just have swag and move on about your day. Like, bitches got kids and shit now. Motherfuckers is lame as fuck. Like, and that's why I used to get so mad when I was a kid, because I'm like, I'm gonna drop my 2 pennies on the ground. I'm sitting here goddamn being sabotaged by a Geechee accent. Y'all just seeing a girl when y'all looking at me. I'm sitting here pretending to be your nigga because he happy. Your nigga ain't craving dick. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, manhood don't mean shit to me. Nigga, man can't make me happy and a woman can't. Y'all not saying turn all these bitches on me. They did that shit though. They had babies for these niggas. I'm proud of them, and I know these niggas is too. Even though they be trying to act all hard and shit. I'm proud of these. I'm proud of these women and they little boy toys. I'm proud of y'all for having babies and really getting y'all shit together. Regardless, going to work every day, whatever it is you do, simply in life. That's all these. Shout out to Tracy T. Shout out to all y'all, man. I'm listening to all these niggas still brag about all the shit they got going on. I hope y'all safe. I hope y'all die peacefully. Don't fuck too many hoes. Don't drink too much liquor if you can't handle it. That's why I'm mad, because these are stresses that make drinking and smoking fucked up. You can drink and smoke all you want to. I actually like to drink. You know, after reading, a lot of negative connotations about weed, I don't really like it because it just depends. I've smoked certain weed and it smells a certain way. It's different fertilizers and stuff that I haven't been exposed to. Sometimes it's hard to get you a good bag of weed that smells way different than the average shit that's going on around here. But some people really do have access to that better quality of life. That's why they call it dope. You can sell anything. Hope, a controller, weed, coke. I don't even know what coke is. That could just be chopped up chalk. That's what motherfuckers mean by being a hustler. Motherfuckers just gonna buy it off you, off the muscle. Like, oh, she muscle, he muscle. That's how that shit work. I feel sorry for us women. When I be at work, I be like, I just be feeling sorry for women. Like, damn, we really living this life. We really just looking for loyalty. I'm like, it's really nothing we can do about the fact that we was born women. But yeah, man, I love being a woman. It's beautiful because like now I got a period and I think I get the best sleep around that time because that's I was told. That's why I got a medical book right now, a dictionary, some type of nursing book, kind of look like a dictionary that I'm about to start to find the words in too. You can teach yourself shit. Because a lot of the shit that these doctors can tell you could just be anything. You gotta listen to your own body. I listen to my own body. You always have viruses and shit laying dormant in you. You drink sink water. If you don't understand how to filter water, or you don't understand, this, that, and the third, you know what to do. What hydrates you? When I say I'm a pessimist, there's certain things I just gotta tell my mind to just get that positive flow, that positive feeling. I think I'm supposed to be having what's called endometriosis or some shit. All that negative ass shit. Your womb, you know what I'm saying, being fucked up. You can really clearly just drink turmeric water and shit. I'm like, I appreciate my little job at McDonald's though, for real. Like, the work experiences and shit. Cause I'm like, if I was a boy right now, I'd be at home chilling with the fam. Like, niggas doing that shit though. Niggas is multitasking, multi-fucking and everything. I'm like, damn, the niggas that they be throwing in my face though, it's like, damn, niggas really, it really do be a selective few of like niggas that they viewing as real walking through the city. Oh, that Mario, he get all the girl. That so he get all the girl. And I'm like, man, I be feeling so guilty as a woman sometimes. I'm like, nigga, I ain't trying to be this, that nigga, than the third, but I'm like, nigga, I got bad experiences. I don't fuck with your ass. Period. Niggas just be going on about their day. And like I said, this shit happened naturally for me. I hope when my grandma don't leave, I hope they proud of themselves. But I know niggas, it is what it is. This shit happened naturally. I did my job. I done took the dick I done took and gone on about my day. I don't like men. So for anybody out there dealing with rape and all that shit, dealing with crazy niggas that just won't be satisfied with the women that done already gave them love, move forward with your life. I know y'all women can't control these niggas. Y'all give them pussy, y'all do what y'all can. My name Sade Morgan today. Shit, come comfort me. I don't want no man. I don't want no dick all in my stomach and shit. Like Kevin Gates be saying. You gonna in your stomach. Nah, I don't want none of that shit. I just need to feel love. Me and my little sisters. Cause when people let love, they start acting crazy. People really wanted to play on the downfall of my family. That's how it is in the hood. I remember right now, I can picture in my mind like cops being outside and people pulling guns out on my mom. People really trying to run the neighborhood. We was all being viewed as narcissists and shit, and motherfuckers trying to socialize and shit. That shit happened naturally. Rodney King and shit. I'm like, these niggas now, these men not shitting on my paradigm with this whole looking like a man shit. I'm like, me working out this shit ain't gonna do shit for me. I'm like, now these bitches can't appreciate, you know, now that manhood reigns over us, when women do get masculine, it's viewed in a negative aspect, all because of the way we look. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? That's how that shit is. That butch film shit spun out of motherfuckers that really want to live a man lifestyle. But if you find you a cool bitch to kick it with, cool with. If not, you got family, you got family. I just don't understand how you want to submit to one man. But that's, you know what I'm saying, when motherfuckers try to explain to me the identity of submission, like if you go overseas, I was watching videos overseas, it be crowds of people just like it, like freak Nick and shit that's over there, and you just, shit, you want to have a baby? Let me stick my dick in you. That's pretty much how it works. Are you going to submit to this dick or not? I'm like, nigga, I just don't like the fact nigga use my womanhood against me. Cause I'm like, all the niggas in my life I can name, I became these niggas because on a mental level, because they was happy. They weren't craving no dick. I'm like, I'm getting rejected because of the idea of submission, because of a nigga stuck his dick in me. I'm like, if I was a man, I'd be fucking all y'all bitches. I mean, a bitch not threw me some pussy before, but I'm like, it ain't the same because I'm a girl. It ain't the same feeling. You know what I'm saying? We got the butch film dynamic, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same, though. I'm like, man, get your people down straight up, chunk my ass out. All I can do is pretty much piggyback off these people. These people really had access to a better quality of life than me. I'm like, I really was supposed to be a bitch living in some apartments, having sex with a boy and giving them a baby. That's why I'm an outcast. That's what niggas be saying. My baby mean the world to me. Man, I'm sorry for being an outcast, but I'm gonna do my goddamn thing. I be happy as hell by myself. I just be want to chill with women. I don't be want to chill with boys. You know, I've got friction, it's tension between me and my family members, but it ain't nothing. Once it's over with, it's over with. You got a problem, you fight that shit out, whatever. We grew up in dysfunction. That's all we know. I'm like, I'm really got people shitting on my damn paradigm as a woman. And I'm like, man, what's so special about this nigga? I really do wish that I wasn't like, I really do regret growing up in Atlanta, because I'm like, it just like, you got a couple of niggas that really just real niggas. Like, damn, like all these hoes really choosing on these niggas. I'm like, all I had to do was be a man. That shit crazy to me. It's all good though. I don't need attention. I just need my life to be better. I'm gonna learn as much as I can before my heart stops, all my organs shut down, and I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm like, they really not. I'm like, niggas run so much game with their manhood shit, having muscles and shit and looking good. I'm like, man, y'all got the man, ooh. That how it be though. That shit happen naturally. I used to be like, well, nigga, do you really love your girl? She done cheating on you. But see, if a nigga raised to be, player and shit, and raised to have confidence in himself, it won't matter if she cheat or not. Your kid be your inspiration. Yeah, we all got kids, and that's just the dyke on the outside. Why I gotta be the dyke? And they fucked up, because I'm like, I got a pussy between my legs. I don't like the fact that they be want to make me look bad in front of other women. Because I'm like, I ain't do nothing but analyze manhood. Did I not write Big Boogie song, Mental Healing? Is that not them snapping on me about breaking the goddamn G code? I wrote that dumbass song. I'm like, everybody snapping on me for not wanting to be with a man. Y'all whole did y'all thing. Y'all submitted to these niggas. And I just hope y'all happy. Cause I ain't. saying that I'm unhappy. I'm just saying I'm tired of goddamn, the dysfunction that I grew up in. But people really were going through some shit. Unlike people, I really did grow up in an area, and Atlanta is a bad place to grow up. It really is a lot of autistic people, and people that really get their paradigm shitted on by a bunch of niggas. But yeah, like that shit crazy. Like that being Mary Jane show, I wrote the pilot for show. I was like, that really me expressing the fact that I wanted to be a man, and I'm like, if I was a man, I probably would be with some crazy successful woman, black woman or something, and I just be a sexy man getting some ass, wondering if this just gonna be a one night stand or are we gonna take it to the next level. I really do. I fantasize about being a man because that shit is just natural. I fight the urge to work out and stretch my body out and shit. See, I be walking around like an old lady thinking about other people that I grew up around, seeing older women that may or may not be butches and shit. And I'm like, I really fight the urge to work out because I think the whole identity of a butch can't feed a man ego. And that shit just real. Niggas just got a natural way they feel. Some of these niggas is not really egotistical. Like I keep saying, I keep trying to tell myself that. But I know that some of these bitches, depending on how much you talk to like pussy and shit, that shit can feed your ego. Cause nigga tell you quit. My daddy raised me to be this, that, and the third. I'm like, the reason why these niggas won't have discussions with me is because of my womanhood. They too busy trying to run game, too busy trying to worry about my pussy hole. Instead of goddamn just keeping it real and being like, damn, like, nah, I really thought I was a man running game on you. You gave me some pussy. That's really how they looking at this shit. Ain't shit I can do about that shit. Ain't shit I can do about that shit. I really do think that shit fed a nigga ego like that with shit. Cause like I said, I'm from Georgia. I'm a country bumpkin. I really felt like some of them hoes had swag. I'm like, I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm like, everybody ganging up on me and shit. You don't speak Creole, bitch. Fuck you. I'm like, bitch, I'll beat you and your nigga ass. But for real though, on some real shit, I ain't even no violent person like that. I just really wish I was a nigga. Like, on some real shit, I would try to be with one person. But it's a lot of pretty women out here, and I don't blame y'all for sharing. Sharing is caring. Caring is sharing. Hallelujah. So with all that being said, the same shit that was going on last year, the same shit that's going on this year. I don't even smoke no more right now. I'm not even smoking weed and that. I really like that liquor shit, but I want to stay away from that because I'm like, a lot of niggas drink too much and I'm like, they men working out and everything. We got holes in their face and shit. They too dehydrated. Please don't be dehydrated. If you are dehydrated, go steal you some water. Just do it. Do yourself a favor and steal you some damn alkaline. Please do. Don't be walking around here dehydrated. It ain't even worth it. Man, I'm sitting here peeling my damn nail. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone. Shout out to Classic Barbershop. Shout out to goddamn Hogan Road, Howard Place Apartment, Headland, and the Low, Cascade. Not Cascade, Cascade. Goddamn MLK. Even the East Side. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas stop taking pussy out here. Cause y'all know if the rabbit got the gun, your ass gonna die. Make sure I don't get no gun, cause if I do, Parlay gonna die. And I mean that shit. And some of the rest of you niggas too. And I ain't even no man hater. I put that on my life. I support y'all identity as a man, but if push come to shove, since y'all got baby mamas and shit, I know it ain't gonna happen. But if push come to shove, if I get my hands on a gun, I'm like, if I was a man, I would get y'all bitches to turn on y'all. I could just fuck y'all bitch and move forward. But I ain't no man, so I feel sorry for myself. So if I get my hands on a gun, it gonna be rest in peace to Parlay. But I ain't even taking that shit to the heart because it ain't even that serious. I really thought I would have like a seizure because of taking dick, but it's not that serious. But you don't disrespect nobody like that. But that's really a mindset out here, and niggas really rapping about that they have that mindset. Like, yeah, my bitch really just like the way I am. Like, motherfucker really justifying shit with sex and shit. It ain't even about that. In real life, people really want to have that shit together. And I'm done. I don't mind people give me a job. I'm working at a job right now. I'm like, these fast food workers, some of these niggas, they look lame, but it look like they really it's life is about a choice. Some people really want to have leave with a good heart. And some people may have catch bodies and all that shit, but they leave the earth and they still, some people, it'd be like the system is designed to rehabilitate you. Some people do get rehabilitated, whether they killed somebody or did something wrong, sin or anything, but they'll leave this earth with pride. Cause I'm like, I work with a dude at McDonald's right now, and I'm like, I want somebody punch him in the mouth or something like that. Y'all watch out, man. These niggas is thorough out here. I'm like, these bitches really not submitted to these niggas. Like, it be hurt my feeling when these bitches be like, make sure she don't get no gun and shit like that. I'm like, damn. I'm like, nigga, I got raped. I can't even get no pussy. Like, I don't even want it now. Ugh, she not fucked you. I don't even want the pussy no more. After seeing, like, I really need niggas to be receptive of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they pretty much did rub off on me. And just the concept to me of manhood as a whole is a reality for me. It is the detox for me. You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm becoming. I'm becoming all those men on the mental level, analyze their personalities, and I really need them to understand that, you know what I'm saying, when push comes to shove, you can get your ass flipped around this bitch. But yeah, hopefully they don't give me no gun. But if somebody do, I'm definitely gonna whack me a motherfucker, because I ain't never scared like a bone crusher. Deuces.